Hello, I'm going to check again. You're right, yes, it's working. So this video segment, I'm actually going to, on today's Songwriters Daily, I'm actually going to follow up on yesterday's video content. So today I'm going to talk about the same thing, which is the what was I saying? The lyrical storytelling. On the first verse, how you've got to bring in an external, an outside description of something outside of yourself. So you're describing, you're giving visuals in your lyrics, and then the last line or two, the end of the first verse, has to end up being about your inside or your feelings. Not something visual outside, but about you now, or your thoughts and feelings. Oh, sorry. I didn't know whether that Neil Young song I did was convincing. I thought about it afterwards and thought that it could be, you could possibly not be so convinced. Anyway, so I thought I'd do it again just to show you. And this is not to say that every single song does this. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am talking about is when you're storytelling in a song, when you're storytelling with your lyrics, this is what will make it a good story. Starting off like this is going to really captivate or compel your audience to listen. So this time I'm going to talk about the CROWS and their song Mr. Jones. I could have picked many of their songs, but Mr. Jones, it's very popular, like you may know that one. So they're, what is it? It's 1, 2, 3. It's probably about 6 lines. Anyway, this is how it goes. Line 1. I was down at the New Amsterdam staring at this yellow-haired girl. Now that's definitely a visual outside of himself. Mr. Jones strikes up a conversation with this black-haired flamenco dancer. There you go, again, an outside of himself situation, a visual of what's going on out there in the world. Then he says, she dances while her father plays guitar. There's another visual of something going on outside in the world, outside of himself. He hasn't talked about his thoughts or feelings yet. So that's another external. Then he says, she's suddenly beautiful. I'd call that still outside, although that's his opinion, that's his thought. But we're changing. Now here's the last 2 lines. We all want something beautiful. That's the second last line. That's not a visual outside now. That's not something outside of himself. That's now coming internal into himself. He's summing it up. He's summing up the way he's feeling. And the last line, I wish I was beautiful. That's what he says. I wish I was beautiful. I think he says, man, I wish I was beautiful. Ah, come. And the drums coming so good. Yeah, so you see how it started external, about what he's looking at, and ended internal, about how he feels. Okay, so that's the big point I was making yesterday, and I just wanted to do another example of that, and I'll go more about this on future segments. Yeah, and again, as I said yesterday, it's not my opinion. I'm not telling you things that I think are good. They're proven rules or methods, as I like to say, of songwriting. So yeah, take it in. It's a really good thing. Use it in your songs. Use it when you're writing your first verse. Keep that in mind. You start off outside, external things, visuals of things going on, and end that first verse inside, about how you feel. Okay, to do with what you just spoke about out there. Alright, so I hope that's helpful. hey, look, if you've got anything you want to ask me, get in touch with me and ask me. If there's any particular, pains you get in songwriting, like just things that you find difficult, or you're not quite understanding, or there's something that always bothers you when you're songwriting, and you wish you could understand it better, anything at all with your songwriting, get in touch with me and I will answer your question for sure. And I look forward to hearing from you, and I hope you're doing well. Hope your writing's going great, and I'll see you tomorrow for the last video content of this week. I'll see you then. Take care. Blessings to you all. Bye bye.